Morning, you guys. This is going to be a continuation of the August 2024 readings. Okay. So, what I'm going to do here in this reading, I'm going to go over and roll the astro dice, see who we're reading for. I believe I still have 5 signs to complete. It's going to be Capricorn, Aries, Aquarius, Pisces, and or Gemini. All right. Just seeing what I'm being called to pull here for this specific energy. I'll do a Modern Witch Tarot, the energy deck. Obviously, I pull crystals for all of my readings. Okay. Let's get that out. Let's get this light on. Okay. If I feel cool to pull anything else, I will. All right, you guys. So we're currently here on August the 6th. It is currently Mars's Day on Tuesday. All right. Let's see if we pull Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. Or Capricorn, where Mars is exalted in Capricorn. All right. You guys can go check out my reading that I did about the Mercury retrograde and how it's going to be feeling here for the next 2 to 3 weeks, things that we might be dealing with. We are currently right now with the moon in Virgo. All right. With this waxing moon cycle. So the energy is definitely picking up, start taking action. And then I'm doing this reading here at the hour of the moon. Okay. So let's roll the astro dice. Let's see who we're reading for in this reading. All right. Who do we have here? We've got Taurus in the 9th house. That's going to be Sun, Moon, Rising, Virgo with Venus's energy. We already did a Virgo reading, but I'm feeling like this is just giving me the energy that we're in right now with the moon being in Virgo. Mercury going retrograde just recently yesterday in Virgo. So go check that reading out, guys. Let's see who else I can get out of my list here. It's giving me Scorpio. I did Scorpio already. That's giving me Sagittarius. I think I did Sag already. Yes, I did. Welcome in, you guys. All right, so it's giving me Libra in the 10th house. It's giving me Capricorn. All right, so I said it. Either Capricorn or Aries is what I was feeling here. All right, we are with the moon in Virgo. Capricorn is just another earth sign. So I'm seeing Libra in the 10th with the energy of Saturn. Saturn typically rules the 10th house. All right, although Saturn is in Pisces. So I'll keep this close just in case I need to tap base with this energy. What we're going to do in this reading, you guys, let me just update for those that know, what's happening here on this live or reading specifically for Capricorn. I believe a lot of my community are Capricorns. It's normally where my channel took off, was when we were tapping base with Capricorn energy. Let's just do a quick update on this. All right, you guys. There we go. Welcome in, you guys. Sagittarius in the building. Leo in the building. Okay, what is the game? It's not a game. Those are called astro dice. So those are astrology dices with what sign we're reading for, the houses in, or the planetary transit that takes place. All right. So in this reading, you guys, I'm going to go over the energy. We'll do a quick tarot spread. We'll tap into the energy with the oracle. I'll go over all of the transits here for August 2024 from the beginning of the month all the way through to the end, what changes you might see if you are a Capricorn in this reading. If you are not a Capricorn in this reading, it could be your sun, your moon, your rising, and or wherever Capricorn sits in your natal chart, or in whatever house it may affect, pertaining to what sign you are. All right. So let's just see what the energy is like. Overall, it's giving me a heavy, let's just say governmental, authoritative, structured type of feeling to the read overall. All right, Libra is justice. Okay, it has to do with the law. I'm looking at Saturn, which is a very disciplined planetary transit. And then I'm seeing 10th house. I don't know what's going on with my throat chakra, but all right, 10th house has a lot to do with like organizations. All right, it is governmental, rule following, that type of thing. Okay, I don't know what's going to come through in the reading, but we'll see. All right, so there seems to be right out the back, like having to protect yourself, stand your ground on something here. This is the energy of Leo season with the 7 of Wands, but it's going to be the last deacon here in Leo season. So in tarot, Leo season is represented by the 5th, the 6th, and the 7 of Wands. Okay, every tarot card is going to represent 10 degrees of that sign. All right, so what we're looking at right now, where is the sun? The sun is at 14 degrees of Leo. So once we hit like the 20th degree of Leo is where we're going to see this energy start picking up, like having to stand your ground on something. Okay. Let's see. There's that 6 of spotlight more so. This could be like in the media. This can be, with your community of people, whatever it may be. It looks like you're winning. Okay. You look good. You feel good. What's this? Hangman energy. All right. So there could be a time of having to take a step back. All right. And if you are in this position here, the 7 of Wands speaks about holding that position of being in the spotlight. All right. The Hangman is giving me Pisces energy, where we currently have Saturn and Neptune in retrograde. Saturn came out in the astro days. All right. Saturn in Pisces, specifically for Capricorn, is going to believe, what's that? Third house. All right. Let's take a look. Let me pull the chart real quick. And we'll go over pretty much all the transits. Here we go. All right. So you could be gaining a different perspective when it comes to the communication that you're receiving. Just more so gaining clarity on how you want to present yourself as well. So I'm seeing, even though you may have taken a step back, the information that you're receiving is still illuminated here in the overall crown chakra. All right. 7 of Pentacles here. All right. That's going to be Saturn in Taurus's energy. 7 of Pentacles says you are investing in something. Okay. You are putting in work and allowing something to grow. This may have been something that you planted seeds with in the past. All right. Because it's in the past position. Let's see what's happening here at the current position for Capricorn. The Emperor. Yeah, it's giving me this very Saturnian, authoritative, disciplined type of energy. If you're building a business, you're putting in the work, you're standing your ground on it. You may have difficulty right now with the exposure of, being out in the public eye. Maybe you had to gain a different perspective. How are you going to come forward with whatever it is you're investing in a new way to continue to gain viewers, possibly, in whatever it is that you do? Okay, so this can be, again, online. This can be, you know, putting yourself out there. If you're working with a specific community of people, how can you stand out and do something on your own? All right. Remaining disciplined and putting in the work, right, to accomplish a goal is what it's giving me. Interesting. The only thing happening in your sign right now is Sirius, which is the asteroid of parenting, nurturing, and agriculture as I'm looking at your chart. All right. So where you've planted your seeds and Sirius still being in retrograde up until August 26th, you're going to be seeing some changes here when it comes to self. All right, I see the Magician here. Magician is going to be Mercurian energy, so it rules over Gemini and Virgo. So in the near future, I see you, if you stand on, you know, you stand your ground as you're doing right now. All right, you're going to be seeing that whatever you've invested in is going to start manifesting here. All right, let's see more so about the environment around you. Five of Pentacles. I'm kind of getting difficulties probably with when it comes to financial state. All right, so your second house is going to be Aquarius, and that's where Pluto is retrograde right now. So you can find that there's transformation happening when regarding your finances. This can definitely be where, you know, what you eat, okay, could be of significance as you have Sirius that has to do with agriculture in your first house. This is overall maintaining a healthy, balanced diet, kind of what I'm getting as well. Taurus is food. Nine of Pentacles. All right. So, I don't know. It's kind of giving me you could be growing your own crops, as I see that in the background as well. All right. Welcome in for everybody that just came in. This looks pretty good, actually. I don't see that you're heading backwards with anything. All right. So, Seven of Wands is you're standing your ground when it comes to you holding a position of winning, right? Whatever you're investing in, you're going from the Seven of Pentacles over to having to overcome the difficulty, possibly even with Mercury being in retrograde in Virgo, right? Whatever that may be for you. But I don't see that it's taking away from you. I see you actually gaining, all right? Let's see. Nine of Cups. All right, so this is being close to coming to completion when it comes to something that is a project. Could be, you know, something artistic, a creative skill. If it comes to something that you love to do, Nine of Cups is like a wish fulfillment, that type of thing. Okay. Let's see. Knight of Wands and completely like moving forward, continuing to take action here. All right, down on the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. That's going to be that Libra energy in your 10th house. All right. Right now with Libra's energy, I see it being very stern and having to overcome karmic challenges, and I'll speak about that in just a little bit. I want to clarify some of these energies. Let's get the everyday tarot out here. All right, let's get a good shuffle. So you have three majors. All right, Hangman energy, Pisces, Aries, which for you, Capricorn, is going to be your house of home. And then you also have the Magician here, which is Virgo and Gemini. Okay, we'll look over these areas in just a second when we go over your chart. All right, what's happening here with the Seven of Wands? What is it actually that you're standing your ground on? All right, it's something that you have your heart invested in. Okay, this could be like focusing on self-love. All right, the Ace of Cups for you is going to represent the water houses in your chart, and that's going to be the third house. We're looking at the seventh house as well as the 11th. Okay, Six of Wands here is your challenge. I'm seeing the Page of Swords. All right. So maybe this has to do with either someone or something that you need to have a conversation with. All right. Whether it be yourself, continue motivating yourself. All right. When it comes to what it is that you do desire. All right. In your emotional state. Why is the hangman of significance here with the goal? Okay. So I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like taking things slowly, things that doesn't have to be so rushed all the time. That's what it's giving me. Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving type of energy. It's moving cautiously towards something, slow and steady, winning the race. And I feel that, you remaining humble, because Leo's energy, as we started off the reading with, has a lot to do with pride and ego at times. All right. So looking at things in a different perspective, having specific conversations, saying affirmations to yourself when it comes to self-love, remaining sufficiently available, open-hearted to others around you. This can be family, friends, partners that you deal with on an everyday basis. Okay, Seven of Pentacle energy. What are you invested in the past? Okay. Four of Pentacles, on how to build a firm foundation around you. All right, a sufficient, productive way of bringing in finances, possibly. That's going to be your energy overall. The sun in Capricorn is the Four of Pentacles, and it speaks a lot about like going after your accomplishments. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the Emperor here in your current position, which is really good. Okay, because it's speaking about like North Node energy. You're focusing more so where Chiron is on the wounded, healing that needs to be done. All right, Wheel of Fortune. Things are looking good for you. Things are finally turning around. All right, because you've remained determined and showed ambition towards what it is that you're going after, remaining open-hearted, as I said, remaining focused on your goals, then I see you in the near future manifesting, which is the Magician energy. Let's clarify it. All right, and there's that Five of Pentacles again as it was coming pertaining to this energy, which is the environment around you. You have to start manifesting so that you don't remain in a sense of lack. Five of Pentacles can be a lack of finances, a lack of confidence, all right, feeling left out in the cold, feeling as if you don't fit in, that type of thing. Okay, so interesting, as the Magician is coming out in the near future with the Five of Pentacles, it's saying you need to go and do something new. Utilize the tools that are provided for you to make yourself happy and change your destiny by continuing to remain in your power and going after what it is that you want to see in the near future. All right, what's this Five of Pentacles all about? It's coming up literally right here. All right, as the environment around you. What's this Five of Pentacles? It's giving me the Page of Pentacles. So absolutely, this can be like gaining a new skill, learning how to, um, it's kind of giving me like perfecting something, all right? But starting fresh with a new idea on how to be more practical in whatever it is that you are invested in. All right. So from that Five of Pentacles and adding that extra pentacle is going to give you an equal give and take, which is going to take you to that Six of Pentacles. All right. Having the mindset of I'm abundant. I have the freedom to go after and do whatever it is that I love to do pertaining to work could be as well. All right. With that Nine of Pentacle energy, having the freedom, um, to go and explore and allow, the fruits of your labor to come in pretty much. Let's take a look overall what that is. That Nine of Pentacle energy. All right. Seven of Pentacle. It's basically where back here, all right, where you were in the past and where you added that other pentacle with the page. It's like you want to see that equal give and take. Okay. Whatever the amount of work you put into something, you want to reap something back from it. And if you don't, then this is questioning yourself. How are you getting to the Nine of Pentacles if you're still investing in something that's not continuously growing? You want to reap harvest from that. This is Virgo's energy here. Venus in Virgo, to be exact, and where we are pertaining to this current transit. All right. Venus is in Virgo. Mercury is in Virgo, the moon is in Virgo, right? So Virgo speaks about perfecting something. Virgo speaks about um, it's given like a heavy emphasis on being analytical, getting into the details, right? Being very detail oriented, being very organized in what you do. This can be within your health, right? Your diet, your exercise routine, your day to day. How are you putting in the hard work, continuing to stay focused overall? All right. It has a lot to do with, I'm kind of getting what you feed your body is going to be of significance. I'm seeing like growing flowers as well. I've been seeing a lot of videos on my specific spread, like on YouTube, on the feeds. It's giving me a lot of like growing plants. This could be something significant that comes up. We don't know what's going to happen in the near future, whereas things might destruct, right? This is giving me like winter season. How are you invested in, you know, remaining healthy in the near future? Okay, let's see. And we're speaking about your sign here with Sirius. Sirius, the asteroid that's associated to Taurus's energy. It's actually the ruling asteroid because it has to do with agriculture, and that's the food that we put in our mouths. All right. So, what's this Nine of Cups energy? This can be you like going after being in the public eye, starting a vlog about food, how to cook food, how to preserve food, how to harvest food in now that we are, here at the end of pretty much Leo season, damn near. Okay. The Magician again with that Nine of Cups energy. What do you wish to manifest? Okay. What do you wish to manifest? I don't know. That's what's going to help you overcome whatever that Five of Pentacles energy. As the Magician here came out in the near future position, and it's coming out with that Five of Pentacles, speaking about your current position, okay, and the environment around you. How are you going to receive an equal give and take when it comes to food, your finances, your possessions, okay? When it comes to the energy of your confidence and your value, all these things are coming to play here. And I'm seeing continuous cards come out. We've got the Seven of Pentacles twice. We've got the Five of Pentacles twice. Okay, we got the Magician here twice. So it's saying, what are you manifesting in the near future to have a wish fulfillment come true? All right, Knight of Wands for the overall spread. Let's look at it. This is going to be Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries energy. So quickly taking action towards that. Knight of Wands is like one of the fastest moving knights in this deck. All right, in tarot. Okay. Wow. And what it came out with, these two came out in reverse, actually. All right, the Knight of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is going to be that, what is it, Jupiter and Capricorn energy. But coming out in reverse is like basically saying you have to be open to adapting to changes. All right, remaining open to being flexible with your finances and what things look like right now and where you actually need to move quickly. All right, where the Hangman here is saying that something is slowed up at this time. All right, it could be because Saturn came out in the reading. Out in Astro Dice here. In the reading, it's giving me Saturn is giving us a very disciplined type of energy when it comes to it being in Pisces, in the Hangman mode. Saturn wants patience, right? It wants to put in hard work and be diligent, all right, towards whatever it is that it's working on here, which is causing a sense of a very slow pace type of energy. But something else here is telling me that there's a heavy sense of you wanting it faster than what it's coming in. I see lots of pentacles out here. Pentacles is something practical. It can be money. It can be your home environment. It can be a career. It can be a new skill. It could be your foundation around you and whatever that looks like for you. All right. But it came out with the Two of Cups as well. So it's given me overall, if you feel imbalanced in any way, if you feel that you want something to take off faster than what it needs to, it's because it has to be in balance when it comes to divine masculine and feminine energies. And this can be within yourself as well. Okay. So us getting ready to step out of Leo season, moving closer and closer to the third decan and where we started off the reading with the Seven of Wands. It's almost like if you've had a victory already with something, and you continuously wanting to fight for that. Is it really worth it? Or is it time to move on? That's a question to ask yourself here. All right, so let's pull the energy out of this oracle here. Let's see what comes out and what could be um, something that you may need to work on. All right, I see fixed energy here, so that's going to be Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, as well as Taurus. All right, on this Wheel of Fortune, we have lots of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn out here with all of the Pentacles. I'm also seeing, once again, major arcanas for Pisces, Aries. We're looking at Gemini, Virgo, and then heavy on the Leo energy as well. Wherever these placements take place for you specifically, Capricorn, then that's what we're going to be going over in just a second. Let's just see the energy deck and how things may be switching up here in the near future. All right. So the energy of the sun. Things are actually looking good right now. That's what the sun says. You're happy. You know, you may feel at peace with certain things in your life. This could be where, let's just say, the exposure and where Leo is in your chart, in your eighth house, it has a lot to do with you facing fears, going after deep emotional feelings, and accepting transformation and whatever that may be here in this reading that this is speaking about. Could be something in your practical life. All right. So home environment, whatever that may be. Let's see. I like the sun coming out here. It looks good. All right. You may have had to separate from something in the past, or this could be something that comes up for you here in the near future, or if something's not working for you and you feel that you are in the lack of happiness, then that's what this is saying. Something has to change around you. Okay. So how do you go from being really, really happy with the sun to then experiencing some sort of broken heart? All right. That's going to have to deal with some sort of separation of something that you feel comfortable with, something that actually, you know, you have your heart invested in. But what this is saying is keep yourself open to love, with the Ace of Cups coming out of over top of that Seven of Wands and where we started the reading. Okay. Keep yourself open to love, to something new, whether this is a new career, whether this is, you know, a new home environment, anything practical in your life. Could be like, you know, you having to leave a job and start something new. All right. And you feel brokenhearted because you have to be separated from people you've worked with for so long in the past. All right. Maybe it just isn't for you anymore and you have to move on to something new. Okay. I'm seeing the temple path. I feel like the path that you're heading on is divinely guided. All right. It may not feel that way just yet because you can't see what's manifesting in the near future, but setting your intention on one thing and remaining focused on just that, all right, could be of significance. I feel like you have to find something that you more so have passion for, is what it's given. All right. Let's see a little more. Yeah. I feel like whatever is going to keep you in this happy family dynamic where, you know, your love life is great. All right. Your career is great. Your family dynamic, the foundation around you is great. That's where you step back into your happiness. You feel whole again. Okay. And a lot of people are going through difficulties with these specific areas in their life. All right. It's causing anxiety. It's stress. It's worries. What does the near future look like? Is my family going to stay together? Can we get through this rough time? It's a lot. Okay. Let's get one more and we're out of this deck here. All right. So it's just saying here, Spirit wants you to get outside. All right. It's like if you have the fear of seeing what abundant prosperity is on the other side because you choose to stay safe and whatever you feel comfortable in, you're not allowing yourself to grow and explore what new opportunities are out there. Okay. Down at the bottom of the deck, be strategic. All right. With what it looks like in the near future for you, what you have interest in, how you can see changes come about just by you being open to step out there and accept, all right, the changes that are necessary right now. All right, let's see what we're seeing with the astrology in your chart, Capricorn. All right, let's see. So let's look at, obviously, Sirius in your first house. Okay. Now, Capricorn, you've had it rough from June into July. We had two full moons in your sign, right? Back on June 21st. July 21st, there was a heavy highlight on you at that moment where something was coming to completion. All right, here we are in August. We'll be experiencing a full moon in your second house, and we'll get there in a second. But Sirius, once again, it's speaking about um, the asteroid of like parenting, self care, being very nurturing and kind towards those people around you, right? Agriculture, which you're feeding your body. Sirius is going to go direct on August 26th. And on this very day, we're going to see what's that? A last quarter moon in Gemini, right? Same exact day. Last quarter moons are going to bring in the sense of making adjustments in your life. Once Sirius goes direct and where Gemini is being affected in your chart is in your sixth house, I'm telling you, it has a lot to do with your health. Sixth house is typically ruled by Virgo. It has a lot to do with your mind, your body, your spirit remaining in equilibrium. Has a lot to do with your day-to-day routines and how you're putting in the hard work. Okay. So that day is going to be of significance. Now let's move forward to your second house, which is Aquarius, right? This is where Pluto is in retrograde at this time. We're going to see a full moon in Aquarius on August 19th, which is going to be a very hectic day overall. Hectic, why? Because we have the opposition of Venus in Virgo over to Saturn in Pisces. Okay. This is going to be your third and your ninth houses. All right. So the house of communication opposing the house of your higher learning, your spirituality, where you want to be open to, different belief systems. If you have a philosophy about something, if you have to travel to foreign places, okay, going to be in opposition there. What happens on that very day is almost like a T square. We're going to see the energy of Pisces being affected, Gemini, as well as Virgo. So we're going to see where Jupiter in Gemini is squaring over to Venus in Virgo, and then Jupiter in Gemini is also squaring over to Saturn in Pisces. All right, so this is going to be a very tense day where you're also dealing with that full moon energy in your second house. So it has to do with your finances, your money. I mean, if it has to do with um, your possessions, all right, your resources in any way, and or what you value. This can be overall just your confidence, right? Your self-esteem. You're going to see this coming up. Now, Pluto being in your second house is going to be retrograding on September 1st, which is going to step back into your first house. So as you're going to see where Sirius goes direct on the 26th, it's getting you ready for self-care. This is what it's all about, right? Pluto's meant to come in and transform who you are as a person. Literally, first house, yourself, right? So this can be what your body looks like, your appearance. This is you taking care of your body overall from within, even emotionally, even. It can be many different things, okay? But it's giving me like your appearance may change, the way that you present yourself out into the world. You may want to look absolutely beautiful at this time. All right, so it's just Pluto saying, listen, it's time for a transformation. It's time for you to get serious about yourself and how people are seeing you once you present yourself out there. Hi, Jean. Welcome in. All right. So we're looking at Pisces here in the third house now, which is the house of communication. This is where Saturn is in retrograde, including Neptune in retrograde. Neptune is in its domicile in Pisces. In the third house, this can be like heightened psychic abilities. You could be seeing where synchronicities are coming through. You could be seeing that, there's signs popping up out of nowhere telling you, hey, go in this direction, right? Um, Saturn, once again, it could be where there's structure away in the way that you communicate towards others. Okay. It has to be where it's, if you're doing some sort of work pertaining to like a research, you having to go deep into the details and really like remaining focused. Let's, find out what all the information is and be ready when we're able to put it out there. All right. You want to come with facts, is what it's giving me. All right. Aries in the fourth house. This is your house of home, comfort. This is your divine feminine energies in your chart. And this is where Chiron is retrograde, as well as where the North Node is. So the North Node is you heading towards your destiny. All right. It has to feel where, once again, emotionally, you're happy and content with where you're heading in this direction in the near future. Chiron just went retrograde, and it speaks about tapping into those, core wounds that make you feel vulnerable towards other people. But it has to be where you have to focus on that healing, and no one can do that but yourself. This can be inner child healing, things that have come up from the past This can be, you know, you having difficulties with divine feminine energies in your life. This could be a mother figure, all right? Or if you're a feminine within yourself, this is like your fourth house squaring over to who you are as a person from your sign over to the fourth home, all right? So let's look at Taurus in the fifth house. This is all about pleasure, love, creativity. This house has to do with children. It does come with like joy, contentment, and peace in your life, that type of thing. This is where you're meant to self-express and be creative. All right, so Uranus is here in Taurus. Uranus in Taurus is at its fault. It's not comfortable there overall. But Uranus is going to go retrograde in September. All right, September 1st is going to be the same day for two different transits. That's going to be Pluto that goes retrograde back into your first house, and then Uranus going retrograde in your fifth house. So from the 1st to the 5th is technically supposed to be a trine, okay? This is Capricorn's energy over to your energy. What's going to happen here? You're going to see changes in what your love life looks like, what, you know, brings you happiness in your life. Okay, so maybe that's why the Sun card came out. And then we saw that broken heart energy, because these are energies that are going to be coming up by the end of this month, all right? Where you're probably going to have to separate from something that you thought was like the best hobby of all time, and everything was going to take off, and it was going to be very creative, and it could be. But Uranus is saying something has to change here. What changes are you making to build something stable around your happiness? All right. That's what it's given. Gemini in your sixth house. Here is where your house of health and hard work. This is your day-to-day routines. We have Mars that is in Gemini. All right. Mars in Gemini is a very difficult type of energy because it comes off a bit harsh when it comes to the way that you communicate. This could be in the sixth house towards your coworkers. All right. This could be like you speaking too hardly on yourself. All right. This can be where, let's just say overall, if it's somebody in the work environment, and or when it's having a focus on your overall health, you're being too forceful with where you want to go and what direction. Okay. Let's just leave it at that, because it's kind of giving me it's not comfortable there overall. Mars wants action. Gemini wants to be like intellectually stimulated, right? So you want to be talked to nice is what it's giving me, okay? Jupiter in Gemini is an expansion of opportunities and abundance, but Jupiter in Gemini is at its detriment, okay? Um, for you, this may be an okay placement because the sixth house obviously is in opposition to the 12th, and Jupiter does rule the 12th house. So you're possibly pulling strength in from where, you know, Jupiter feels comfortable more so in the 12th house. But this has to do with an expansion of opportunities, possibly even in the work environment. So once again, this is where if you choose to change what you do for work, it actually might be good for you. All right, you can find abundance and prosperity elsewhere. That's what it's given. All right. And once again, we're going to see Mars in Cancer that moves in on September 4th. So this is going to be like the very beginning of September, where it's going to be moving Mars in the seventh house. Maybe this is going to open you up to more relationships. All right. Partnerships in business. This can be partnerships when it comes to like legal contracts. If you're associating with a specific person and trying to build a business together, this can be a great opportunity. All right, Mars wants action, but once again, Mars in Cancer at his detriment, right? Whereas Mars is exalted in your energy, technically it's at its fall in Cancer, okay? Um, let's see, Jupiter. So Jupiter is going to square Saturn once again on that August 19th with the energy of the square over to Saturn in Pisces, and then we're also going to see the square over to Venus in Virgo on that same day with the full moon in Aquarius in your second. What else? Cancer, nothing really happening this month in there besides when the moon is in Cancer. What date is that? We're looking at the moon in Cancer. Why am I here? Okay, here we go. So we're looking at the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th with the moon in Cancer. All right. I believe we just stepped out, like stepping into August, we were with the moon in Cancer, and then we experienced that new moon in Leo. All right, so we won't see the moon in Cancer again up until the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. And on the 28th, we'll speak a little bit about Mercury's energy when we get there. But this is going to be the day where Mercury goes direct in Leo, okay? So we'll get there in a second. But we have nothing else happening in your seventh house right now of relationships. So I just feel like the heavy focus of yourself, focusing on your self care, where your changes are happening in work, all right, are going to be of significance this month. Now, where the sun is shining for you in the eighth house with Leo's energy, this is the house of sex. This is the house of deep emotional feelings. It has to do with facing fears. All right. It does have to do with like emotional debts. This can be like, financial debt. This can be where you have interest in like understanding occult like energies, all right, like life after death. This can be organized religion. This can be a lot of different things in this house. But where the sun is shining in Leo here, I feel it's giving transformational energies, like you getting the energy from source on being able to accept the changes that need to happen, the transformation that needs to take place in order for you to move on to the next phase once we move into the sun in Virgo, which happens here on August 22nd. One second, you guys. All right, so we also now have Vesta that is in Leo, okay, which is the asteroid of spirituality. You could definitely find that you have interest in changing a belief system, whatever that may be, tapping a little bit more into spirituality as you're focusing on this transformation that's happening here in the eighth house. Anytime Vesta's in Leo, it's giving a sense of spark, of fire, of passion. All right. Vesta wants that inner spark that wants to sacrifice and devote itself to something. Being in the eighth house is typically ruled by Scorpio, right? But for you, it's Leo there, which is also another fixed sign. This is determination behind your transformation, is what it's given. All right. So Vesta moves into your ninth house, which is Virgo, on the 24th, which is amazing because Virgo being in the ninth house, Virgo season, Vesta stepping in, being the asteroid of spirituality, tapping into the house of spirituality, where higher learning is of significance. You're going to see that you have interest in spirituality. All right. Um, you may want to gain lots of knowledge in whatever this may be that you have interest in now. All right. You could be tapping in, looking for a different community that sparks you up from within, where you're gaining lots of information. You feel stimulated. You want to continue to go after whatever this is. All right. So we currently now have Venus that is in Virgo. Okay. Venus in Virgo for me is given that Nine of Pentacle energy that we saw earlier. It's given like the freedom and the independence. It could definitely be where you feel like you have a love affair with someone at work, right? But being in the ninth house is going to be like a heavy like sense of a spiritual union. Like you never knew you had a spark for this type of thing. So Venus is love, all right. I feel like Venus is the opportunity to experience something that you value. Okay. So you can value spirituality at this time. We're going to see Venus move into Libra on August 29th, and that's going to be shifting into the energy of your 10th house. We'll get there in a second. All right. So Mercury right now is in retrograde. It's in the sign of Virgo. Mercury in retrograde technically at its domicile energy. For you, this is going to be a review of information when it comes to whatever it is that you are learning. And it could definitely be about something spiritually, all right, spirituality. Whether this is, again, a belief system that you have, some sort of philosophy that you live by. Mercury is going to be in retrograde, and it's going to retrograde back into Leo on August 14th. We're going to see Mercury go direct on the 28th, which we were just speaking about, where the moon is going to be in Cancer on that day, tapping into the energy of your seventh house. Okay. And then we are going to see Mercury head back into Virgo come September 9th. Okay. So it's going to do this back and forth effect when it comes to your eighth and ninth houses, like transformation and the house of spirituality. It's going to go back and forth here. All right. So Mercury is of communication. It has to do with traveling. This can be where you're, doing a specific research project. You need to gain all the information in order to share that out. Anytime Mercury is in retrograde, you want to wait until it goes direct to share any information that you've, received and or learned about and or, put together in a specific project, whatever that may be. All right, let's speak a little bit about Juno that is also in Virgo. So there's a lot of heavy emphasis on Virgo right now, right? The sun isn't even there yet, and there's energy picking up there. Mercury, Venus, which are personal planets closest to us here on Earth. And then we have the asteroid of Juno, which is of partnerships with bonding and marriage and that type of thing. So having a close connection to this ninth house energy for you, Capricorn, is of significance. Okay. Um, we have not spoke about a little bit pertaining to that new moon that happened in Leo, but that new moon was a takeoff period for you here in your eighth house. All right. So if it had something to do with you tapping into that deep emotional feeling and accepting and whatever that fear may have been to have the transformation, this is what it's getting ready for. It's the ninth house energy. Okay. Where we're moving forward here with the moon in Virgo now. All right. We're going to see a new moon in Virgo as well. That's not happening until September 2nd. So let's look at Libra. All right. Libra in the 10th house, where Venus is going to be moving into its domicile energy in Libra in the 10th house. It's going to join the South Node there, which is all about past life issues, karmic challenges, you tapping into some sort of natural gift. Lilith in Libra is going to be the energy of like feminine power, vengeance, revenge behind why you're doing something. I feel this is the perfect energy for you in the 10th house. Why? Because the 10th house has to do with career. It's your public image. It's your reputation. It's your your professional aspirations. It's calling for a very divine masculine energy. What is that? Is Venus going to be comfortable there in the 10th house? You could find that abundance comes through, like money when pertaining to your career. If you make the choices to accept the change, you can step right into abundance, where we saw that Nine of Pentacles energy come out. Okay. Now, once again, South Node and North Node energies are of significance this year. This is where we've been experiencing all of the solar eclipses, right? The lunar eclipses for the past year. We've been with the Aries Libra axis for over a year now. So the heavy emphasis for you specifically, Capricorn, on your fourth and your 10th houses. All right. The fourth house more so wants you to head towards your destiny. I don't know if you could be working from home. It's kind of giving that career in opposition to the home environment. All right. But that's where we're moving out of this year. Coming up in 2025, we'll be moving into this Pisces Virgo axis, which is going to be, once again, for you, the ninth house opposing the third. Okay. So this upcoming year for you is going to be a heavy emphasis on the house of communication, higher learning, spirituality, foreign travels, short travel, sharing ideas, communicating, possibly even online, because third house is media. All right. These are areas that could be coming up, and this is going to be a change for you, which isn't normally seen, but you can see that you're now working from home. Okay. It's something different that you weren't ready for. All right. Well, it's getting you ready for, but you possibly weren't expecting it. All right. Let's look at the energy of Scorpio in the 11th house. This is the house of companions, collaborations, communities of people, being a specific member of an organization, that type of thing, right? Palace is in Scorpio at this time. And this is the asteroid of wisdom and knowledge. So whatever it is that you're gaining knowledge about, which is giving me heavy emphasis on spirituality, here is where you're coming together and sharing those ideas with the specific community of people. Okay. Palace will head into Sagittarius on September 8th, which is going to be ingressing into the energy of your 12th house. This is the house of the subconscious, the imagination, being an inspiration to other people, tapping into your, compassionate and vulnerable side, and wanting to really tap into those psychic abilities. All right. Your intuition, where it kind of feels a very imaginative, creative type of aspect to yourself. All right. But this is going to be the most significant from this new moon that just happened over the weekend to the first quarter moon in Scorpio, which is the next fixed energy, and where we are with this fixed moon cycle this month. The energy is gaining momentum when it comes to Scorpio's energy, the information, the wisdom, and the knowledge that you're taking forward, and how you're sharing that with your community of people. Okay. First quarter moon says energy is gaining momentum, your commitments are being tested, that type of thing. All right. When Palace moves into Sagittarius in your 12th house, I feel like this is going to be more of a pickup of information that you're receiving about spirituality. So just keep this stuff in mind, you guys. I don't know exactly for those that aren't spiritually inclined how this is going to be taken off for you, but throughout the reading we were seeing that there's a heavy emphasis on needing stability, security, going after something that you value, reaping abundance in something new. All right. So there are changes that are going to be happening. It's going to happen differently for everybody. Let's get right into the crystal. All right. What's going to be the best crystal for Capricorn to work with here this month? All right, I hope you guys found that this information was valuable and you could utilize this for this month, this upcoming month, with these changes that are going to be happening. Let's see. All right, green adventuring. So luck, good fortune, potential, possibility, new opportunities presenting themselves here. All right, so I'm seeing the number 25 on that card. I'll share a little green adventuring energy for you guys here. All right, let's read it out. So this specific deck goes over general messages, relationship messages, prosperity messages, as well as a crystal spirit meditation. Let's see what green adventuring is speaking about here. All right, it says possibilities for experiences your soul craves are everywhere, offering new opportunities to help you find your purpose. The gate to the field of infinite potential is always open, for the conscious universe wants you to enjoy the bounty that exists in the realm of possibility and bring it to form through the power of co creation. Cast fears and regrets aside, says a green adventurous spirit, for you are much loved, and the conscious universe wants to give you all that you desire. The universe is always dreaming up new ways to bring you what you need and help you experience well being, joy, and fulfillment. All right, so your relationship message says, beyond what the eye can see lies a field of infinite possibilities. The field where the 13th century poet Rumi asked his lover to meet him. Green Adventuring Spirit calls you to recognize that there is no end to the number of people who will come into your life offering loving support and acceptance. So never settle for less than you deserve. The conscious universe is always sending new opportunities for experiencing love and makes sure there are fish in the sea, along with all manner of creatures, starfish, dolphins, you get the point. Open to possibility, and the love that you seek will show up for you. So be open to love, you guys, right now, because obviously there's nothing much happening in Cancer for you right now. Okay. Up until Mars heads into the sign of Cancer coming in September. All right. Be open to this. So, like, you have to keep your heart open to, if you separate from one thing, open yourself up to the next. All right. Prosperity message. The nature of earth is abundant and prosperity is your natural state. The potential for healing and balance is there if you open to the possibilities presented to you. Perhaps not exactly when you wish to or wish them to appear or exactly in the form that you imagine, but they will show up. Right? Opportunities are easier to spot when you let go of your old beliefs about wealth and instead surrender to the universal flow. Eyes open now, for there is much potential for you to experience the security and prosperity that you desire. Crystal Spirit Meditation. The energy of green aventurine is reminiscent of a forest walk. It brings us down out of our heads and into our heart while gently grounding us at the same time. Meditation with the stone cultivates a feeling of balance and non attachment, allowing us to easily become calm and heart centered. All right, so this energy of the green aventurine is giving me the heart chakra. Okay, so heart chakra technically wants you to open up to the possibility of love, okay? Self-love especially. What this energy is with the heart chakra is a sense of air elements, okay? So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, these are areas that we just spoke about in your chart specifically. Aquarius being your second house, Gemini being your sixth house of health and hard work. And then we're also seeing where Libra is for you in career. All right. So for you, these specific areas with your heart place are tapping into your house of money, your house of work, and your house of career. Big, big deal for you right now with new opportunities that are going to be presented. And it came out throughout the entire reading. All right. Um, Typically, those houses are earth elements. All right. Second house is typically Taurus. Virgo is the sixth house. 10th house is Capricorn. That's your energy. All right. So, what we're seeing for you is a shift in possibilities. This could be love life, career, but it's giving me something that you value. All right. This could be, if it has a heavy sensual spirituality, you're going to definitely be tapping into a community of people that's going to help you heal, help you with your self confidence, and go after what it is that you want to see potential in. Whatever you invest your time and your energy into. All right. I love you guys. I'm leaving the reading there. Bye.